The government officially is going to be reopening here, and we have a pre-market that's a little bit red, but the markets may respond as this news breaks. We see some defense companies starting off a little bit red to start the day here. When we're looking at the government shutdown, you can see that Trump just signed a bill to reopen the government. Two House Republicans voted no, but the government operations resume after the shutdown. So you're going to see different things like SNAP recipients, some of those things that were on hold. You're going to see that timeline benefits is going to be about 24 hours. Approximately 42 million people rely on SNAP, so that's pretty good release timing there. And then, of course, airlines for America, you see if there was disrupted travel or shipping, that's going to be restored here as we got operations restored before Thanksgiving. So when we're looking at some of the updates on the government reopen, you just saw that Trump signed a House passed funding measure, and federal workers are going to receive paychecks on Saturday. And air traffic and food assistance, all of those recoveries are still a little bit delayed. But again, the shutdown lasted 43 days, a world record for the US government here, as legislators approved the bill to reopen the government. And that's going to be a pretty significant news update today. So what that means for specifically the markets today, couple markets that are going to be heavily impacted. You got the defense markets. In general, when we're looking at the AI markets and the big tech markets, those markets historically actually perform good through government shutdowns. In fact, what we found here, I was just pulled up on Mercatus here. This is our AI analysis app. You can look at the government shutdown data that we had pulled up here. And according to history of government shutdowns, the average return during a government shutdown has actually been positive, about, I think it's 12%. See, I have the data here that I run through all of the AIs for all of the government shutdowns. And as you can see, the best return here, 10%, the average return and an expected return about 15% positive after government shutdowns, according to history. Now, while the S&P 500 averages 12.7% after 12 months after their shutdown, not after 12 months, but 12 months after shutdowns, S&P 500 positive 12% returns. There's other markets that have more lasting impact. One of the highest impact markets is going to be the defense market and the Medicare / Medicaid markets, as well as a lower, it's going to be financials, and then the lowest impact is tech. In fact, we saw some tech rallies through this government shutdown. So according to that, when we were looking at, for example, Big Bear AI, this was a company that was having some not so good projections according to OpenAI. Let's get a new search today on Big Bear AI, given the Grok analysis, and let's see if it changes up anything for the projections in the market. So you got Big Bear AI is down today. They're a defense company that has had a lot of attention. You got APLD and some of the data center stocks, but Tesla is still, as you see in the pre-market, they're in the red right now. SPY is about 0.5% in the red despite the government reopen. So with that news, let's take a look here at the projections for Big Bear, because this is one that was up 18% yesterday. Look at that change. We went from potentially negative over 10% to now the AI models projecting here about 10% positive according to the next 6 months for Big Bear. And defense markets looking for a rally above $8 here. Big Bear AI is a defense company in that market. Now, the general market might see some temporary relief. We're going to probably see some exciting news come out related to these companies, as now they can actually get defense contracts, as that was not something they're able to do. But the financials are still a factor. We did see some companies lag a little bit in their contracts during this government shutdown. So companies like Palantir, Big Bear AI, you got Leidos, you got Lockheed Martin, a lot of the government contracts, probably even related to space tech. You're going to see Redwire, Black Sky, or NASA. Those are some of the top space tech companies. For AI-driven analytics, you're going to see some probably some impact as a result. Now, Big Bear came in, they beat their earnings in this last quarter and acquired a $250 million AI acquisition. So that's going to be interesting. But ultimately, I would say from a government reopen perspective, in history, we've seen a 12% green recovery 12 months after shutdown. So right now, we are a little bit red pre-market. It might take a while to materialize, but this could cause some very good sentiment in the market over the next few days. Now, of course, you got economic data that's going to follow, and this might even have some impacts on the economic data that comes out over the next few weeks. But when we're looking at the government shutdown in its entirety, it looks pretty good. So we got our live trading session happening in about 10 minutes. We're going to be seeing if any of these dips are extended, as we do see some dips. APLD is down 5%, Serve is down 6 or 3%. And we're going to watch and see if the data center markets, the robotics markets, or especially the defense markets still dip down here at market open. And if so, today might be the day when we look for some opportunities in the market to potentially find some new entries, maybe even over here on CTM stock. That was one that's been around $100 million market cap, but they got $160 million in contracts recently. And they've been recently consolidating between $1 a share and $1.30. So maybe we see a bounce there as defense markets get some more steam ahead of them with the government reopen. So if you want to tune on into our daily live sessions, it's the second link below. It's a link you get about 15 minutes before market open, and you can tune on in every day, Monday through Friday, and you get a free t-shirt when you join. And then on top of that, if you'd like to learn how to use AI to get analysis like this, we even just added IonQ and Rigetti, which are quantum computing companies, to take the projection that you get from, let's say, Grok. It might be Grok, it might be OpenAI or Claude or Gemini, and whichever one you're using. And then it gives you a best projected time frame. So we're getting the quantum analysis. Let's see if we can run this here with the Rigetti. Let's see how it works. There we are. The quantum analysis, according to Rigetti, says that the 1 year time frame is the most accurate for Big Bear to reach above that $8.25 range. And so we actually ran that through a quantum algorithm using the same frameworks that Rigetti and IonQ offer for you to get quantum analysis on any stocks. So very excited about this. I'm looking forward to rolling out more like this. And if you guys want to get access to this machine, it's the first link in the description below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.